When most people think about prefab modular homes, they think in their mind mobile homes, which is completely wrong. Then, when you add the word luxury into prefab modular homes, it's kind of like their brain short circuits. But overall, everyone seems to come up with the same misconceptions about prefab modular homes. And we are going to dispel those myths right now. But make sure you stick around to the end because we are going to dispel one of the biggest myths of all about these types of homes. Do they hold their value just like traditional homes? Now, as I'm going through this, I want to know if you too had these same misconceptions. Maybe just a couple of them? Be honest, I want to know down in the comments. First, let's talk about how modular homes are actually built. They start with a design just like a traditional home. Then they are built in a factory in sections or modules. And these modules are transported over to the lot where they are assembled right there for the finished product. Now, I also just want to add this one little caveat. As I'm talking about these, if I say modular or prefab, they mean the same thing. Now, as soon as people hear about how these homes are built, it starts one of the myths that everyone thinks about, that these homes are built to a lower quality than a traditional home. And this could not be further from the truth. These luxury top-tier prefab homes embrace all the same innovation and sophistication, just like a stick-built home. And they are sometimes designed by some of the top architects. And they are not just put together hastily. They are meticulously planned and put together with precision. Now, some may ask, how can you be so sure? Aren't they just pretty facades with kind of shoddy workmanship? They are not, and here's why. Just like stick-built homes, they go through rigorous testing and quality control all throughout the process. In fact, they are tested in the factory and then again out in the field. These homes go through meticulous inspections and assessments, all to make sure that they meet or even exceed the standards in the industry. Quality control experts meticulously scrutinize every joint, every material, every detail of the home's construction. And this is where the lines of prefab versus traditional construction starts to blur, because luxury prefab homes can proudly stand shoulder to shoulder with their stick-built counterparts when it comes to quality. Now, there's also a myth that you have to compromise on the quality of materials that you use in a prefab modular home. But these homes use the same high-quality materials to ensure durability and longevity. Yes, these homes are built in a factory, but they are not cutting corners when it comes to the materials. In fact, this is where modular homes actually gain an edge because of that controlled factory environment. See, in the factory, every nail, every joint, every panel is meticulously scrutinized by the watchful eyes of the quality control experts that we just talked about. And because of this, once it's out in the field actually being set, the entire process comes together like a perfect puzzle. And the overall interior materials that people are selecting for some of these luxury prefab modular homes are exactly like the materials that they're using in traditionally built luxury homes. They are using reclaimed woods, granites, quartz, marble, all of the same finishes. Another benefit to a prefab home is the limited amount of waste that they produce when they're building. This way of building actually creates a very efficient way of using the materials. So you reduced your waste and can create a cleaner environment. Oh yeah, and there's a reduced cost because of that too. Let's debunk another common misconception when it comes to prefab modular homes, especially when it comes to luxury prefab, because they are not all lined up cookie cutter homes right in a row. See, some believe that prefab homes have a very limited amount of design options and everyone's going to look the same as the next one and the next one. However, luxury prefab homes have a multitude of options. You can choose from a range of models or modules and maybe rearrange those modules to your specific preferences. These companies offer a wide range of design styles, layouts, and finish options. And many prefab home manufacturers will actually work with your architect so that you can still create a home that fits every one of your wants and needs. So you can have a very customized luxury prefab modular home, just like a traditional stick-built home. Now, with one of the recent trends going on right now, many think of modular homes as small spaces. Think tiny homes. But guess what? This is far from the truth. It's like assuming that every superhero wears a cape. Not all prefab homes are small. These homes tend to embrace that contemporary style and feature sleek designs, open spaces, and modern materials. These homes may include large windows and minimalistic interiors, and innovative design elements that reflect current architectural trends. Now, this does not mean that every one of these homes has to be built in a contemporary style. They can also be very traditional, yet embrace some of these same trends. Overall, these homes are designed to be spacious and can have multiple floors. But it's not just about the square footage in these homes. It's about how the space is used. See, open floor plans are a common feature in luxury luxury prefab homes. These layouts minimize the use of interior walls, creating large flowing spaces great for entertaining and socializing. This absence of unnecessary walls really creates an airy and open feeling. And the added volume in these homes gives them the feeling of a lot of space without always just having to be huge just for the square footage. And whenever you add a lot of natural light, it always elevates the entire feeling of the room. Then you have the notion that these homes are less durable than traditionally built homes and won't stand the test of time. And this comes from the lack of awareness of the rigorous engineering and quality control that goes into building one of these homes. These prefab builders leverage cutting-edge engineering technologies to ensure structural integrity of these homes. This results in homes that meet or exceed the local building codes, which ensures that they are capable of withstanding any environmental challenges. And because these homes are built in that factory in a controlled environment, it really minimizes any defects or errors that could happen during the construction process. Skilled workers and specialized equipment ensure that each component is crafted with precision, leading to a more durable end product. Prefab homes are designed with meticulous attention to detail, incorporating advanced techniques and high-quality materials to ensure that they are durable for the long run. Now, if homes like this are of interest to you, but you don't really know where to start, check out that pinned comment down below. Reach out to me and I will personally connect you with someone who handles homes just like this. Now, because of this level of detail, some believe that these homes might take a little longer to build, which is also not true. Now, something that is really unique to this type of building is that once the design is done, the home is then sent into the factory so that the modules can then begin to be constructed. At the same time, the people are out on the lot getting the lot prepared. So two things are happening at once, which really cuts down on time. Then, once the modules are actually set in place, they just have to work on finishing everything either inside and then connecting everything to the utilities. This process is much more streamlined. So instead of the length of time that a traditional luxury home would take to build, which would be 18 to 24 months, this process takes about 9 to 12 months. Now, I have not heard this one as often as most of the others, but I still wanted to bring it up just in case it's something that you have heard. So I want to make sure I cover them all. And that is that homes like this, the modular homes, actually cost more to build. Now, I have already said that these homes are built in a factory, which will lead to a more efficient construction timeline and reduced labor costs. And because most of the materials used to construct these homes is pretty standard, these companies can then buy in bulk, passing along the savings to you. Now, when I say these standard building materials, I am really only talking about lumber and things like that that actually construct the walls. Again, all the finishes inside can be your choice and as high end as you want to go. And if you decide to hire an architect, you can still go that direction, which that is going to be a little bit more of an added cost. But because of all of the streamlined processes, this style of building is going to save you money. Now, I don't want to tell you that this is going to save you exponential amounts of money, because if you are selecting some of those really high-end finishes, that is going to add to the bottom number. However, I think it is pretty safe to assume that your overall cost per square foot in the end is going to be less with a luxury prefab home than a traditionally built home. Okay, so you have built your luxury prefab home and you love it, but you need to move. Do you need to be concerned that your prefab home is now going to be less value than your neighbor's traditionally built home? Not at all. Why? Because modular homes are built on a foundation just like traditionally built homes. Remember, these are not mobile homes, which are completely different and are valued differently. Appraisers are going to take into consideration the same thing that they do in a traditional home: the land value, the location, the overall condition of the home, the size of the home, and all of the interior finishes. In fact, some might not be able to tell if it's a modular home or a traditionally built home unless they're told. So as you can see from this article, modular homes are constructed to meet the same codes as site-built homes. Because of this, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development considers them the same type of structure and therefore should be appraised and reported the same. And that is the biggest misconception that you hear about modular homes. Now, if you're still not sure about modular homes, I have got something that you should take a look at. This video right here, where I dive into the differences between building a luxury home versus buying a resale and possibly remodeling. As always, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.